So how did it feel when, I know Coach said he brought you and Brendan in, how did it feel when he told you to, I mean, obviously something you've been working for, but, you know, did you kind of expect it, or what were your feelings?
It was a dream come true. It's everything that you want to hear from a coach. Coming in here, it's been a struggle. It's been hard, going through a quarterback battle, but that's life. So it's kind of like it was a relief. So.
What was that conversation like? Like, what did he say to you and Brendan?
He just sat us down and he just gave us the opinion on who he wanted to move on with, and he told me that he wanted me to be the starter, and he told Brendan to be ready because everything, a lot of things happen. So Brendan has to be ready, and if it was Brendan that got the starting job, I had to be ready and I had to support him.
What's the process been like for you? I mean, I guess even maybe to some extent we would have called it a competition going back to the spring. Just what's it been like for you in terms of just navigating, learning the playbook, gaining confidence, building chemistry with your guys?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is when you come into a new program, you have to learn the offense like really, really well, especially as a quarterback. You got to know what the O-line's doing, the receivers doing, even the defense, what the defense is doing, because you're going against them every day in practice. So just knowing the offense and developing a good relationship with your teammates, I think that's key when you come into a new program.
Is there any quality you feel like you displayed in these two games that may have made the decision for the coaching staff? And what did you kind of value in these two games to put yourself in a position to be chosen?
I don't know. I think me and Brennan, we play very similar. I just, I go out there and I just play football, and it's the coaches that it's the coach's decision. And whatever they want and whoever they want to go with, that's their decision, and I can't control it. I can only control my effort and my attitude. So I just go out there and play free and play the game.
Did you walk off the field Saturday feeling like or Friday feeling like you had done enough?
No, I just walked off the field just happy that we got a win. The first win that I've been here for Indiana. So it was a cool feeling. It was a cool feeling.
Does it change anything for you this week going in, knowing that you're going to play the whole game as opposed to kind of splitting it with Brendan?
No, I think me and Brendan did a good job of our mindset was, you study and you be ready like you're the guy. Through spring ball and fall camp, our mentality was we were the guy, and it doesn't change just because someone's the starting quarterback and someone's the backup quarterback.
For your first full game, you'll be playing at Lucas Oil. It's a place you know really well. Your family can be there. How comforting is that? How exciting is that?
It's very exciting. It's a nice stadium. I think this is my fourth time playing in there. So you gotta thank the Trojans. We've been there for 3 years straight. So I think it's nothing new. We're just gonna go out there and try to win a football game.
Is there any, familiarity? Maybe there isn't, but in playing in a stadium, like just knowing something about like the sight lines or the way the field feels or anything like that?
Yeah, they got the turf's pretty hard. The lights are very bright, so that's a big factor in the receivers. When the ball is up in the air, it's hard to see, just knowing from past experience. So just getting in there when we went in there, I think a couple of weeks ago to practice. It was good for our receivers and us quarterbacks and everyone just to see the environment. It's different than playing outside. You're playing in a dome, lights are bright, hatches are different, bigger stadium, everything's blue. So it's good to go out there and see something new.
When you walked out on that field for that practice, did it kind of bring back memories of those high school games you played there?
I think it did. I definitely thought about Coach Moore. I definitely thought about the high school days, but those days are over. And again, it's good that I played in there before, so I kind of know everything, the environment. So I'm just gonna go in there and try to win a football game.
Tom told us a little bit earlier that he feels you're somebody that plays better than you practice. Now with a couple of weeks of game reps under your belt, how would you say that's a true statement?
I feel like I practice hard. I feel like if you would go to any quarterback, practice is different than a game. I don't know how to explain it, but it just is. Practice is almost harder. I don't know how that is possible, but it is. But I just, I feel like when I step on that field, I just let everything go and I just play free.
Game kind of just eases up for you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It just, it just does. I don't know.
Did the competition feel any different the last 2 weeks versus kind of what it was in the spring and the fall? Did it feel, I don't know, more amped up, more intense? Just because, he said this is the 2 week, this is the test period. I mean, was it any different for you?
I don't think it was different. I think me and Sorsby did a good job of just, going out there and not thinking about, oh gosh, if I make a mistake, there it is. I'm not going to be the guy. I think during fall camp and spring, there was a lot of stress. I almost think, just playing in a game and playing in an environment like Indiana, it's almost just it just comes naturally. You just play more free because you don't have a lot of stress. You're just out there playing ball and you're trying to win a football game.
So you thought maybe more about it on a day-to-day basis during practice? 'Cause that's all you had to think
yeah.
about.
In practice, you're like, oh gosh, if I make a mistake, the other quarterback might go in. But in the game, it's just Coach Bell and Coach Allen do a really good job of, letting you just play loose and free and, telling you before the game, just go out there and play free.
Coach Allen said that when he informed you guys of the decision, you guys were both in the room at the same time. What was that like? I mean, how did you kind of process that? Did you know that going in, or did you see going in there?
We didn't know anything. Coach Allen and Coach Bell brought us in to Coach Allen's office, and Coach Allen told us what his plans were and where he wanted to go and where he wanted to move on from this point. And he told us, and he told us we had to stick together because week 5, somebody can go down and that person has to be ready.
Were you waiting by your phone Sunday to know that was coming? Like, what was that like? Were we in the building and then just get called up?
Yeah, we had lift and we had meetings, and then we went out to walkthrough. And when walkthrough got done, Coach Allen asked me and Sorsby to go meet up in his office.
Tayven, you had a chance to play 2 games at this point. What was different about the 2 games that you saw, and was it more difficult? Obviously, it's more difficult against Ohio State, but just your thoughts on playing those 2 different ball games.
Obviously, playing against Ohio State, that's a welcome for your first college game. But I think me and Sorsby did a good job of just getting better each week, and I think we studied harder and we prepared better just by week, and I think that by doing that, we just kind of, it's just being young. You have to experience what we experienced in the Ohio State game, and then you take that and you put it into the second game, and then you just go out to do what you do and play free. So I think, again, Ohio State, it's a great matchup, but Indiana State was also really good too defensively, and they were coached really well. They're really fundamental. I just think we opened up the offense a little bit more, and we got to see what me and Sorsby could really do.
How quickly did you, I guess, find a comfort level and again, I'm sure it's game plan dependent, but as the offense opens up, particularly the passing game, I think you were 18 of 21, just how quickly maybe did you find that rhythm against Indiana State with your guys?
I don't know. I tell a lot of people I just take the 3-step drop, and we have the best receivers in the Big Ten and probably college, and they get open, and I do my best try to give them the ball. I think our receivers did a phenomenal job against Indiana State about getting open and creating space and separation for them. And I can't make those throws if they're not open or they don't do their job. So it's kudos to them. They did everything, and I'm just back there throwing them the ball. They're doing everything. They're doing all the hard work.
You mentioned how challenging the competition was. Obviously, your dad was a D1 football player. Obviously, your brother knows the ups and downs of being a college athlete. How much did you lean on them, and what kind of advice did they give you?
I think having an athletic family and their background, they have helped me a lot because, I don't know if I could say my brother had competition or adversity because he did what he did, but my dad, he's definitely went through adversity, and my sisters definitely went through adversity being an athlete. So I just kind of lean on them, and my dad does a phenomenal job of keeping it real with me. When I found out that I was going to be a starter, my dad called me and told me, you know, check on Sorsby, you know, because you would want Sorsby to check on you. And he puts in the perspective that what if you didn't get you didn't get that nod? You know, how would you feel? You know, you would want someone to be there for you. And I think my dad does a phenomenal job of doing that.
Does he break down your game film too for you?
My dad, no, he's straight defense. He does not know anything about offense. He does not know anything about offense.
What did Trace say to you after you told him you got the QB spot?
He said, "Good job, young king." He said, "Don't look back." You know, and that was, you know, my brother's not a very emotional guy, but I am towards him. But you know, just getting that from him, you know, that speaks louder than what he actually said.
Anything else?
What were your thoughts on Omar Cooper on Friday?
Dog. He's a dog. He stepped up. You know, when EJ went down, you know, he stepped up, and that's what Coach Allen has always said to us in team meetings, and you know, throughout fall camp and spring, and you know, throughout the season, is you always got to stay ready. You always have to stay ready because you never know when your number's going to get called, and he did a phenomenal job of going in there and making plays.
Him and Donovan both talked about this. You guys played against each other in high school, football and basketball. What do you remember the most about those games?
Man, playing basketball against Donovan and Coop, it was hard. They were freaky athletic. And football, too. They almost got us my senior year because Coop was out there just making circus catches and Donovan was out there throwing. It was hard. It was hard to play against them.
Take one more.
Reflecting on last year, kind of how do you, working with Joe Hendon, kind of how do you feel like that prepared you for now, and maybe what did you learn from them?
Yeah, I went to Tennessee early, and it was, you know, it was a struggle going in, but you know, having Hendon, potential Heisman Trophy winner, and Joe right now, potential Heisman Trophy winner, almost the two best quarterbacks in college football, but they've taught me so well. They taught me how to, you know, just how to be a pro, you know, how to do everything the right way, how to act off the field, how to act on the field, and I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't go to Tennessee and have them, you know, in my back pocket. You know, I asked them a bunch of questions. I mean, they're the best. You know, I think they're the best to do it. You know, having that relationship that they had, just seeing that, and I think that it is really key factor in, you know, me being young and seeing that, and you know, trying to be that in the future.